Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. My name is Emmanuel, and in this video I'm going to show you how to easily convert your Figma sites into a live responsive website using the new Figma to Wix Studio plugin. So let's get started. Now to get started, all you have to do is go to our Wix Studio site, which I already opened here. So the first thing you have to do is click on this logo where you see the Wix Studio logo. Click on it and scroll down to Tools. And right here you see the option to import from Figma. And we'll click on it, import from Figma. As you can see, this Figma icon has been added down below our sidebar, and you have the option to import your Figma design. So then you go to your Figma page and copy the link to your Figma design. I'll click on copy link and you paste it here and click on connect. And now you have connected your Wix Studio site to your Figma design. So the next step is to install the Figma to Wix Studio plugin, and you click on resources and plugin, then type Figma to Wix Studio, and this is the plugin. I'll just click on it, and now we have our Figma to Wix Studio plugin open. The first step we have to do is set up the export, and just click here. This is just to show you the first step that I showed you, this connecting the links. Then click on next. Then we start export. And the first thing we want to export is the styles. Styles just includes the fonts and colors of your Figma design. Just click on this, then click on this whole page. Click on your design. And now these are all the colors and fonts that have been used on this site, on this Figma design. They are all here. So now just click on export styles, then go over to Wix Studio. Then right here I'll click refresh imports. And now as you can see, all the colors and fonts have been imported from our Figma design. These are the colors and these are the fonts that have been imported from the design. Now there's also something that you should know. Right here you see this notification, it says 2 fonts are missing. Now sometimes Wix Studio doesn't have every font that you might need for your design. So to fix that, anytime you're exporting the file, just click here and click on upload fonts. And right here it's showing us the 2 fonts that are missing. It's just the bold and semi-bold fonts. So I'll just click on upload fonts. And I'll upload the 2 fonts that are missing. And now uploading the fonts. We have uploaded the missing fonts. I'll just click on done. You notice now that notification of missing fonts is gone. So the next step is to click on apply styles to site. And once you do this, you see all the colors here have changed to match the Figma design. And if you also go to our typography, you can see these two, all of them have changed to match our Figma design file. Now the next thing is to export the Figma design to Wix Studio. And now to do this, all we have to do is go back to our Figma file and click here where it says export frame, and then you select the frame of your design and click on export frame. Then we come back here, click on the Figma icon and click on refresh imports. It's loading. And here you can see the Figma design right here in Wix Studio. Now sometimes you might get this notification, it says Figma reference. The width is 1440 pixel, which over here on the Figma site you can see this is the width of our Figma design. But over here on our Wix Studio site it's not the same, it's 1280 pixel. So you just simply have to change this. This is just to ensure that you have a responsive design when you're converting the Figma file. And see now it's fixed. And the next thing now is to add it to the site. Now you see here add frame, as it has three options: page, section or container. Now since this is the whole website, we'll just leave it as a page. Then click add to site. And you can see here it's adding the whole website. Now it might take some time for the conversion to really happen, so you just have to keep the tab open, maybe wait for a few minutes. And now the conversion process is complete. Now it did take a few minutes before it was able to fully convert, but I think it's okay since the design matches the Figma file. Just click on preview. And this is how the site looks like on Wix Studio, fully converted. And it matches the Figma design that we have. Now also you can notice that it's also imported all our images. If you click over here by the side bar, click on media, see that all the images that we had on the Figma file have been imported here, so that's also nice. And I also want to add that the Figma to Wix Studio plugin, these are the elements that it can identify: the page, section, stack, container, images, buttons and so on. But the other side is that the plugin also doesn't recognize things like menus, forms, galleries, videos and input elements, so they won't be functional. And this is what I mean. Like if we go back to the design, like this place right here is not actually a text box, but just a container. So when you're designing, you also have to replace it with a real text box. And even when we go to the menu, it's not the menu elements, they're just text that are stacked together. So that's also something I should just take note of. So now the other parts that we'll go to, since we exported this by page, I also show you how you can export it frame by frame. So we'll go back to our Figma design, click on the Wix Studio plugin, just skip setup since we've already done it before. Just click on skip, then click export frame. Now instead of exporting the whole page, we can do it individually by just clicking on a single frame. For instance, let's just say I want to export only the menu. I'll just click on this menu item and it will show over here. So next we just click on export frame and go over to our studio site and refresh the imports. And this is what we have. We have the nav bar. Let me just create like a brand new page. So now that we have our new page, you can see that this is the nav bar, and you see the option here, add frame as. Now there are only two options, section and container. Now if you add it as a container, it will just come as a single element, on the page. But once we choose section, it will become a zone section. Let me just show you. I'll click on add to site, and it's adding it to the site. and as you can see, it's added it as its own section, like a brand new section on the page. And you can also do the same for the rest of the other sections. Just click here and click on export frame, then go over to the studio site and click on refresh import. And here's the design. You can also, instead of adding as a container, just choose as a section and click add to site. You can see we have the exported frame right here on Wix Studio, and that's another way that you can do it, just clicking on each individual frame and then exporting it. Now let me, for the other parts of adding as a container, let me show you what it means. Let's just say I click on this element, just this button, and export it as a frame. Then refresh import. Now you can see it says add as a container. Now just click on add to site. And you can see it comes as a single element, not as a section but as its own element. Now that's just something to take note of when you're building your Figma design, is to always put them within a frame so that you can easily export it. So the other part that you can do with the Figma to Wix Studio is to also use their own wireframes, and these are just their own pre-built Figma templates that you can use when you're designing on Figma. That you can easily, after you're done designing, you can now import it to Wix Studio. Let me just show you how it works. Click on get file. Now this is the Figma template, and if you just scroll down, you see some already pre-built components like headers and hero section. I'm just trying to use the Wix Studio plugin. Follow the same steps that we followed. Just copy this Figma link and paste it in our Wix Studio site. And now you can export each and every one of these sections that has already been pre-built by the Wix Studio team. Just click on, let's say, this hero 2 and export as a frame. Click export frame. And yeah, here is it. You just add it as a section. Click add to site. Now we have the wireframe on Wix Studio. So these pre-built wireframes are just a way for you to easily design your websites on Figma and then convert it to Wix Studio. That's it for the video. If you have any questions on using the Figma to Wix Studio plugin, be sure to drop a comment down below and I'll get your question. So once again, thank you for watching and goodbye.